When I first got the system, I was so bored my limbs felt useless. I wandered into a live stream for fun. Right then, former pro Zisher was ranting. If my crappy computer hadn't lagged just now, I could have soloed Bayun. Zisher wanted a comeback. But with the chat cheering him on, he ended up losing 3 more games. Zisher totally lost it. Viewers just made it more chaotic. Told you, man. The kid's got 0 skills. That's when a viewer named Frog spoke up. Zisher, ignore these trolls. I believe you really lagged. If you need a new PC, hit me up. I'll give you a 20% discount. Haha, yeah, get your PC from Frog. $30,000 and I only make $28,000. Then one of the mods came at me. Kick Frog out of the stream now. This time, I'm hiring a real tech expert for my PC. I'll show you what skill really means. Saying that, Zisher started searching the stream lobby. In a flash, he saw it. Super God Workshop. Satisfy all your wildest dreams. That's it. I want to go God mode. He filled out the order form. I want a computer for LOL. One that feels as fast as my hands. So I can punch Bayun and kick Li Yuanhao. I've got lawyers. So if you can't deliver, don't accept my order. Seeing Zisher's notes, everyone in the chat lost it. Bro, are you writing a novel? Sync with the machine? Why not say one hit breaks the heavens too? The kid doesn't want a PC. That's a magic weapon. Who dare take this order? Wait, the owner actually did. And accepted it instantly. Man, is this guy nuts? Taking on such a crazy request? Look what the kid wrote. Price, $100,000. He's gonna get sued for fraud. That's enough to go to jail. Alright, this shop's doomed. No more business for him. I'm bored out of my mind. But after reading Zisher's requests, honestly, I felt very calm. Even though my system's at phase 1, it only has civilian tech skills. But I can still build computers. When Zisher read my reply, he totally froze up. The chat went wild. Physical exam? Why does the owner want a health report? Who needs a checkup for a computer build? Zisher gave the chat a disdainful look. You guys really don't get it. This is what I call professional. I sent his test data to the system, and quickly got a feedback. Turns out, a suitable frame rate for Zisher is around 218. CPU latency 0.00058 milliseconds. So basically, his hand inputs reach his game character at 0.0009 speed. It's a little tough for him, but not that hard. System, start up. Super Lab. Received host command. Lab is starting up. I glanced over to the corner. Saw that scrapped old PC. Price tag was $126. Got a $100,000 order. Pure profit. That's 99k net. Activate system. 80,000 points for phase 2, done. Super Lab is now open. Time inside the lab is 5:1 right now. 5 days in the lab equals 1 real day. You got 2 options. First, enter the Super Lab fully. You don't age inside. Second, only your mind enters. Body outside will still age. System upgrades later. And the time ratio goes to 100:1. That means, a year in the lab isn't even 4 days in reality. I excitedly turned off the power, grabbed my busted PC, and entered the Super Lab. Inside the lab, I never need food or sleep. My mind always stays sharp. After 3 days, GPU, motherboard, CPU, hard drive, all built successfully. Max manufacturing score, 10. This build scored 9.9. Memory took too long to make. So I rushed it a bit. Should have lasted 20 years. Now at least 10. Frankly, 5 or 6 years is long for a PC. I went in the lab at 9 p.m. Now it's 11 a.m. Only about 10 hours passed outside. I shipped it to Zisher's address. 6 p.m. Fans got his stream notification. They all rushed to Zisher's stream. And when they saw the new PC arrived title, they freaked. Damn, for real? That fast? Is this PC even legit? Not even a day and it's ready. Kinda curious to see it. He did spend $100,000 after all. Zisher rubbed his hands, excited. Guys, let's witness the new PC's debut. A second later, Zisher's face just froze. The case wasn't colorful or fancy at all. Where's the 28-inch curved monitor? He stared at this dusty case, and his eye twitched hard. Uncle Wong? I got scammed out of $100,000 for a PC. No, not asking for a refund. Just wondering, how many years would the builder get in jail? The chat couldn't take it anymore. Haha, I can't stop laughing. Give me 3 minutes to breathe. Love seeing the kid rage. To be honest, anyone would snap. You probably couldn't even find this in a junkyard. Guess you should have ordered from Frog. He only makes $28,000 from a $30,000 build. This greedy owner dares profit $99,000 from a $100,000 build. Now I finally get it. That's why he asked for a health report. He was afraid Zisher would faint on the spot. After hanging up, Zisher almost broke his own molars in anger. If I don't get this guy locked up, I won't be called Lou anymore, he said, tearing up as he brought out the computer he spent 100,000 yuan on. Moved it out. The fact he got scammed for 100,000 caught the platform's attention. They even sent staff to his live stream for evidence. Now what he has to do is review the computer's performance, so the staff can judge how much of his 100,000 yuan was actually a scam. He suddenly froze. Something's off. This junk computer booted up way too fast. He stubbornly shut it down. Pressed the power button again. Viewers stared right at the screen. Holy crap, what's with this boot speed? It booted up in the blink of an eye. Even good computers take 6 to 7 seconds to boot. He swallowed and said, "It's not 7 seconds. Not 6, but 4.68 seconds. Did I hear that right? 4.68 seconds, this junk computer boot time. Isn't that crushing all other computers? Fastest boot I've heard is 5 seconds. Fast boot doesn't mean good performance. I think this machine is missing lots of parts. That's why it's so fast. Maybe it's just an empty shell. An empty shell. So that's the deal." Feel sorry for his son for a second. He slammed his fist on the table. The lawyer said it earlier. 30,000 for 3 years. 100,000 for 10 years. For every extra 10,000 he scams me, I'll make sure he gets an extra year inside. He downloaded a computer testing app. Something's wrong. If the fast boots. Because parts are missing. Why is the download speed so fast? Maybe we guessed wrong again. You really can't judge this PC by looks. He glanced at the chat. Can't judge by looks, my ass. I've got gigabit fiber. Of course it's fast. This testing app looks different from mine. Processor unknown. Graphics card unknown. RAM unknown. Hard drive unknown, too. For unknowns? Can't detect anything. Related to any brand? Don't tell me it's not even a knockoff. Damn, how much is this Shenfei black market guy worth? Wait, check the score below. Score, 5,067,854. GPU, 3,098,541. RAM, 255,412. HDD, 701,576. Total score, 91,023,383. Am I seeing things or dreaming? I remember the highest scoring computer in China was only a few million tops. Is the scoring app broken? This score looks like a joke. He took a deep breath. Opened up League of Legends. Is this computer good? Let's test and see. He quickly found a game. Holy crap, you guys know who's top lane on the other team? Abin, from BLG Pro Team, Chen Zhabin. Waiting for his son to get destroyed. Abin just lost at Worlds. Going up against him, you'll get turned into a scrub. He smirked. It's just Abin. Honestly, my computer's the problem. Otherwise, forget Chen Zhabin. Even that kid from Jiangqing Road wouldn't stand a chance. Chat burst out laughing at this. P-Squad prepping their memes. Quick, wake his son up with a roast. Diabetes jokes to the back. Don't let him get even a little pride. Game started. Viewers couldn't sit still. His moves were smoother than ever. Never seen him play like this before. He'd rather stand and die than run to the turret. Started a level 1 duel with Abin. Suddenly noticed. Playing with this computer made him instantly way better. Normal hits and skills flowed perfectly. Am I seeing things or dreaming? He solo killed Abin at level 1. Grandpa's a beast. Grandpa, come back to gaming. With your skills, world champ would be no big deal. He got more confident as he played. Carried his 4 teammates and won. Abin, don't feel bad. Seems like it's because of his new PC. Check out his stream and you'll see. Then Wu Zai, Xiao Hu, and others heard about it. So they rushed over to his stream. He sat in front of the computer, still stunned. He was just joking about merging with the machine. But this computer actually made it happen. Just then, his phone rang. Uncle Wang, you're about to sue Shenfei? Don't, Shenfei's my own bro. I'll explain this later. Anyway, this computer is totally worth the 100,000 yuan. After that, he tested another big game. Damn. The cooling fan didn't even spin. Fan's not spinning. Means the CPU isn't overloaded at all. Thought the computer would hit its limit. But didn't even get close. Viewers flooded the chat. So Fei Ji's computer is insane. I admit I was wrong. Fei Ji, will you forgive me? Fei Ji's awesome. Fei Ji's the real tech genius of Dragon Country. I woke up groggy in the afternoon. Opened my phone. And saw the stream's ranking. Skyrocketed to the front, like a rocket. I figured. The PC I set up for him would get some views. Didn't expect it'd blow up this much. Looks like now. Don't have to worry about upgrade points. Congrats, Sue got points. System upgraded to Phase 2. Category a civilian tech. Encyclopedia level skills now in your brain. Including, but not limited to, AAC, cars, phones, and advanced manufacturing. Actually, I'm more interested in Phase 3 of the system. Military manufacturing. But upgrading from Phase 2 to 3 needs 10 million points. I sighed. Even if I got 100,000 points daily, it'd still take 100 days. I checked the new orders in the back end. Mostly for custom PCs. Highest is just 150,000. Come on, unleash your imagination. I don't just build computers. If you dare to dream, I dare to build. Suddenly, a 500,000 yuan order popped up. Then Hai Xiaomei's stream exploded. Wow, everyone's asking Fei Ji for PCs. But you're asking him to build bikes. Haha. Feels like this lady just wants Fei Ji's fame. Go ahead and ride the hype. Sooner or later, drama's coming. Looking at the comments, Hai Xiaomei's face went dark. Stop calling me old lady. I'm only 27. I truly love motorcycles. Just not the mainstream ones. And they say I'm chasing clout. What the heck am I doing? And right at that moment, the chat blew up again. Oh my goodness. Feej took the old lady's order. Did Feej click the wrong order by accident? I don't think it was a mistake. That's just the scammer in him showing. Haha, dude above is hilarious. Feej's PC builds are insane. But honestly, the looks are trash. The computer case is super cheap. Feej doesn't even want to spend a bit more. I checked Haixia Miai's requirements for her order. Feej, she wants you to build her a bike now. Everyone says real speed shows on curves. But I can't handle corners. So I want a bike that's fast in a straight line. The faster, the better. Also, I'm a girl, you know. Brother Shenfei, make the bike look pretty. Love you. After reading her sweet message, I had goosebumps everywhere. She really is a young girl in her prime. For her riding, I'm focused on stability first. Can't let a tiny stone on the road cost her life. Of course, speed matters too. Looks like I'll have to spend big this time. I searched the warehouse and gathered all the parts for the bike. Spent a total of 12,000 yuan. Seeing that number really stings. 12,000 points gone just like that. I quickly built the bike's frame and made it super solid. Engine and transmission have to be made carefully. Those two decide the bike's speed. The design part took a lot too. About 15 days later, I looked at the bike I built with my own hands and smiled, pretty satisfied. After system check, you scored a perfect 100 this time. For the outer shell, your skills have reached new heights. Reward, 100,000 points. Guess the system isn't always stingy. A surprise bonus feels nice. Lab time used to run 5:1 with real time. But after level 2, it's up to an insane 30:15. A day's work only takes half a day in the real world. I packed everything up and sent the bike to Haixia Miai. Guys, look. The old lady's live stream room. Title, Feej's new bike just arrived. Wow. Not even a day. Feej already finished her bike. Any motorcycle experts watching this? Is that speed normal? I've been riding for 10 years. If it took him just one day, it's probably not quality work, haha. Told y'all the old lady was gonna get scammed by Feej. And now it really happened. So, Feej is still a top-class scammer. Makes you wonder about that 500,000. How much did Feej make off her this time? The PC Feej built for his son before. I did the math. Except for Feej's custom parts, the rest total less than 200 yuan. Here's my bold guess. Feej got 500,000. Made at least 400,000 profit. The guy above is still lowballing it. Under 450,000 profit. Feej can't call himself king of scams. Chat just keeps going. And it won't stop. In a private villa, Haixia Miai sits in front of her PC, reading those live comments. She actually gets red-faced. What does my bike have to do with you guys? I just like what I like, that's it. Good thing I didn't stream. These trolls are so annoying. Haixia Miai puts her hands on her hips, grumbling in frustration. She happily unboxes her package. Isn't it awesome? Why listen to other people's nonsense? Humph, I'll unbox it myself. If you want to see my new ride, too bad. Haixia Miai huffed twice in the end. In just a couple of minutes, she tore open the big cardboard box holding the bike. But seeing the bike in front of her, her eyelids started twitching hard. Shenfei, did you really scam me? You're so annoying, seriously. How come you're exactly like those trolls said? Scammer, seriously a scammer. This bike really is aerodynamic. But good looking? Not at all. Especially in the sunlight. The outer shell looks like rusty iron. That's been scrubbed clean. It's as ugly as it gets. Haxiamii almost wanted to cry. But as soon as she gets on the bike and turns the key, it all stops. Wait, gas? Shenfei, you jerk. You're the worst scammer ever. I spent 500,000 on this. And you can't even fill up the tank for me? Shenfei, don't think I won't call the cops. Let me test the speed first. If I'm not happy, I'm calling the police for real. But before calling the cops, she obviously has to buy gas first. On Tiger Shark platform, in Haxiamii's stream, more and more viewers showed up. People flooded in. Her popularity nearly matched her actual streams. Everyone's definitely curious about Haxiamii's new bike. Whoa, guys. Guess what I just saw? Just now. I spotted the old lady. Whoa, dude. You saw her? Quick, take a photo. What's her new bike like? The chat in the live stream totally blew up after a user named DefeatAll commented. Like an explosion. And as everyone waited, a few seconds later, that user, DefeatAll, finally commented again. I took a close look, but all I saw was the old lady buying gas alone at the station. Feej built her a motorcycle, but I didn't even see her ride it over. Makes no sense. Does she always keep 98-octane gas at home? DefeatAll just sounded so confused. But some quick-minded viewers immediately figured it out. She went to the station for gas. Because Feej didn't fill the tank. Haha, that's gotta be it. Feej really is the king of scammers. He can't even spare 100 yuan to fill the tank. You can always trust Feej. He never lets anyone down. Looks like that earlier guess, 500,000 for Feej. Saying he only scammed 450,000 is low. Probably more like 470,000 or 480,000. Once she gets the gas, Haxiamii turned the key. The bike I made for her started right up. After putting on her helmet, Xiaomei rode the bike away from the villa. She had ridden motorcycles before, but she was clearly a total amateur. So, regarding the bike's performance, she didn't really understand much. Just twisting the throttle all the way. After riding for about 2 kilometers, she finally pulled over. This bike is actually quite comfortable. But at 70 miles per hour, is that even fast? In front of her was a high-speed rail station. Because it was so remote, very few people came here for the train. However, the scenery was quite nice. So whenever Xiaomei was upset, she liked to come here and sit. Just to be alone for a while. It always managed to heal her mood. Shenfei, you total jerk. Luckily, this place makes me feel better. Or I'd be dying of frustration. 10 minutes later, feeling much calmer now, Xiaomei got up to ride back home. But just at that moment, a young man around 27 rushed up to her looking very anxious. Miss, I have a real emergency. Can I please borrow your bike for a bit? Hearing the man's sudden request, Xiaomei immediately became a bit guarded. Why do you want my bike? The man turned to look at the station. Immediately after, a look of deep sorrow crossed his face. My girlfriend of 7 years just broke up with me. But she said if I can catch up to the high-speed train she's on, we might still have a chance. So please, I'm begging you. Can I borrow your bike to try? Don't worry, if I wreck it, I'll sell everything I own to pay you back. He looked straight at Xiaomei, his eyes filled with desperate pleading and a touch of stubbornness. Hearing this, Xiaomei was completely stunned. Wait, man, did I hear that right? You're chasing a train on a bike? Do you know how fast those trains go? It's not that I won't lend it, but it's impossible to catch up. Xiaomei often took the high-speed rail, so she knew its terrifying speed. It easily exceeds 300 kilometers per hour. How could a bike ever reach that? And even if it could, trains and bikes are totally different. When she hit 70 miles per hour just now, it felt like her body was flying, and her soul was trying to keep up. Riding a bike at 300 kilometers per hour. If you're lucky, you're covered in dust. If you're not, you're in a casket. Have you ever heard the saying? Even if it seems impossible, I still have to try. I'm afraid if I miss this, I'll lose her forever. Let 7 years of love burn in the wind one last time. At that moment, the man said with tears in his eyes. Hearing this, Xiaomei stood there frozen. She didn't have much romantic experience, nor did she understand a 7-year bond, or what it truly felt like. But at this moment, she was truly moved by him. She handed the keys to the young man. With a small smile, Xiaomei said, "Good luck, man." He took the keys and gave a heavy nod. Just then, a breeze from the departing train blew by. The man looked into the distance, at the train already hundreds of meters away, and yelled to her, "Thanks. I owe you big time." She's on that train. I have to go. He rushed to the bike, put on the helmet, and started the engine. The next second, with a sonic boom, Xiaomei's hair was blown wild. She looked at her rocket-like bike and was completely dazed. Why does it look different from when I ride? Xiaomei watched blankly as the bike sped away into the distance. Then she looked at the train already at full speed, and her pupils shrunk in shock. Based on her estimate, the train's current speed was at least 260 or 270, if not 300 kilometers per hour. But the man on her bike was visibly closing the gap with the train. Everyone on the train who saw this felt a chill run from their feet to their heads. Then, the sound of phones being pulled out echoed throughout the entire carriage. Some turned on their cameras to record this incredible sight. Others messaged their loved ones on WeChat, telling them what was happening. But at the same time, people were also puzzled. Why ride a bike so fast? Do they have a death wish? Even if traffic was light there, at such extreme speeds, one tiny mistake would mean a fatal crash. Wait, everyone look. Look over there. Just then, someone shouted in surprise again. Everyone looked over and saw the bike that had pulled ahead and vanished reappear again. But this time, the bike was stopped. Beside the bike, a young man was kneeling on one knee, gazing passionately at the train. He was clearly holding something up, though it was a bit far, and they couldn't see exactly what it was. Many guessed it must be a ring. The train carriage went silent for a second, then erupted into an uproar. That boy rode so fast, just to catch up to our train, risking his life, pushing a bike to nearly 400 kilometers per hour, just to chase one person. On this train, there must be a girl he loves deeply. By one of the windows, a quiet-looking girl, watching the boy on his knee, finally burst into tears. She covered her mouth, tears streaming down her face uncontrollably. Meanwhile, Xiaomei, still waiting at the station, had no idea what was happening. After the man named Zhang Ping rode away with the bike, Xiaomei's eyes were full of worry. She wasn't worried about the bike getting damaged. It's not about the money, I'm just worried something might happen to Zhang Ping. After all, Zhang Ping left so fast, way too fast. Now even the high-speed train and Zhang Ping's motorcycle are out of sight. They're both gone now. Of course I'm worried. Big bro, please stay safe. Otherwise, I'll totally regret lending you my bike. But just then, a faint engine sound suddenly reached her ears. Hearing the noise, she quickly looked up at the road. When she saw Zhang Ping riding back safely, she finally breathed a huge sigh of relief. Once Zhang Ping stopped and got closer, she hurried to comfort him, saying, "Big bro, it's okay you didn't catch up. At least you gave it your best shot. Now you have no regrets. Girl, are you doubting my skills? Or maybe your motorcycle is just that good. Maybe I just don't ride well enough, so I couldn't catch the high-speed train. But I used to be a riding fan," Zhang Ping said with a big smile. Hearing that, this time it was her turn to be shocked. The motorcycle is too powerful. No way it can't catch up to a high-speed train. Wait, big bro, are you saying you actually caught up? She asked, looking amazed. Zhang Ping nodded happily. Then he turned to look at the bike behind him, his eyes full of awe. Honestly, at first, I thought catching the high-speed train was impossible. But I didn't want to have any regrets. So I hopped on your bike, gunned the throttle and shifted hard. Then I was shocked to find, with your bike's speed, even the high-speed train looked to me as slow as a snail. I thought maybe the train was moving slow, but I looked down at the speedometer and saw 400 miles per hour. That converts to over 600 kilometers per hour. And I know, that's not even your bike's top speed yet. I didn't even twist the throttle all the way. So, girl, stop messing with me. With your motorcycle, there's no way it can't catch a high-speed train. It could probably keep up with a plane. Ajing just messaged me and said she'll wait for me at the next stop. Thank you. Thank you so much. If it weren't for you and your bike, I really might have missed her. Looking at her, Zhang Ping said, full of gratitude. Then he checked the time and apologized. Sorry, but I gotta hurry and grab a ticket to catch the next train to see Ajing. After that, he thanked her again, sincerely. Finally, Zhang Ping rushed toward the train station entrance. But what he didn't know was, as he thanked her, she didn't hear a word. After he finished talking about the motorcycle made by Shenfei, she was completely stunned. She just stared blankly at her bike by her side. She swallowed hard, gulping in shock. Never mind catching a train. Catching a plane wouldn't be a problem either. Shenfei, my dear Fei Ji, what kind of crazy bike did you give me? Sorry, I was too loud before. Feiji, you're no swindler. You're literally the best builder out there. You didn't fill up the gas tank. Probably because you went over budget. $500,000 wasn't even enough, right? You really went above and beyond for me. You never ripped me off at all. Right now, in her heart, my image instantly became legendary. And this bike I have now, I just can't be happier. I don't care what it looks like anymore. If it can help two lovers reunite and save a relationship, then that's the best bike ever. Props to you, Feiji. I'm giving you a perfect score. 10 out of 10. On the way back, Ai Xiaomei was just so happy. Her mood was totally different from before. She still didn't know. Because of her motorcycle, the internet was going wild. All this was because the passengers on that high-speed train posted all their videos online. In just a short while, everyone scrolling through their feeds couldn't stop seeing it everywhere. Every 10 videos, at least 8 were about Zhang Ping chasing the high-speed train on a motorcycle, racing for love. The whole chasing the train on a bike thing shot right to the top of trending. Countless people online were deeply moved by this love story. In a courtyard in Beijing, famous biker vlogger Paiyu was on live stream, showing the chase video to her viewers. She played the whole thing for them. I don't know if anyone noticed. The entire video is just 9 seconds long. And in those 9 seconds, the bike passed 26 utility poles. According to municipal plans in Shanghai lately, on construction, the poles on Chenghua Avenue are set exactly 55 meters apart. So it's 26 poles, 55 meters between each, in 9 seconds. With all that, the calculation shows that the motorcycle in the video was going over 600 kilometers per hour. That's insane, just nuts. I've been riding for years. I've never seen such a wild machine. Paiyu couldn't help clicking his tongue in awe. Looking at the motorcycle in the video, he was full of envy. Even though you can't really see the bike clearly on video, the image is super blurry. But if you ask me, with performance like that, looks don't even matter. Forget owning one. If I could just take it for one ride, I'd be happy. Paiyu was full of dreams. And his live viewers, over 100,000 people, were just stunned by his words. The chase video itself was already shocking enough. But for the speed, no one really had a clue. But hearing Paiyu break it all down, over 100,000 viewers, just got goosebumps. No way. Am I hearing this right? Over 600 kilometers an hour? I usually drive at 120, and it already feels like my soul's left behind. But this motorcycle, the top speed actually hit a terrifying 600 plus. Is that biker really not afraid to die? Even the Reaper wants to take him. But I simply can't catch up. I feel like the helmet he's wearing is pretty much redundant. I can only say those 9 short seconds were more exciting than my whole life. Take the dream bike of every rider. The Kawasaki H2R, for example. It has 998 cubic centimeters displacement and 310 horsepower, and can, within 26 seconds, reach a speed of 400 kilometers per hour. It's called a ground-flying jet. 400 kilometers per hour already exceeds the normal speed of a bullet train. But those specs were all tested on professional tracks. Those roads are not only smooth and flat, but also have the ideal hardness for bikes. Under those conditions, the Kawasaki H2R can reach its top speed of 400 kilometers per hour. But that Chenghua Avenue doesn't have any of those conditions. There are probably many small pebbles on the road. In that situation, for that bike to reach over 600 kilometers per hour, do you know what that means? It means the engine and drivetrain, along with its stability, are absolutely insane. It's not just one level above every bike currently on the market. Otherwise, a pebble the size of a thumb could cause a fatal crash at 600 kilometers per hour. And there's one more thing I can't ignore. The video is only 9 seconds long, but the chase definitely lasted longer. The whole process likely took over 2 minutes. A Kawasaki H2R at 400 kilometers per hour would blow its engine after 1 minute, but that bike hit 600 and ran for 2 minutes without a single issue. I don't even know what words to use to describe it anymore. It completely shatters my knowledge of bikes. Calling it the unrivaled king of the bike world wouldn't be an exaggeration at all. As Paiyu finished speaking, the excitement in her beautiful eyes could no longer be hidden. And the many viewers in the stream, after hearing Paiyu's analysis, were also completely stunned. The bike they saw in the video could actually be called the most badass motorcycle on the planet. A Kawasaki H2R costs over $100,000. So this bike, being levels above an H2R, must easily be worth over $1 million. On Warehouse Avenue, While the netizens were speculating, Hai Xiaomei, the owner of the bike, knew nothing about all this. She was cruising casually down the highway. And because she was in such a great mood, she even started a live stream. "I'm in a good mood today." Streaming for half an hour. Hearing Hai Xiaomei's cheerful voice, the chat went silent for a moment, then exploded like a tidal wave. "Wait, did I hear that right? Good mood? Is that woman out of her mind? After being scammed by that crook brother Fei, she's actually in a good mood? Man, I can't take this. Totally unacceptable. Shouldn't she be heartbroken and crying? I came here to see her cry. Guys, is there a possibility that she's in love with brother Fei? Being scammed by the one you love is a kind of happiness to her?" The viewers got more and more wild. Hai Xiaomei glanced at the chat while writing, and just happened to see those comments. Immediately, her eyes started to twitch. Hey, what the hell? Am I that desperate for? Before she could finish her sentence, she suddenly let out a scream. The viewers were startled by the scream. Both rider and bike crashed into the curb. When they looked at the screen again, the viewers were all stunned. A crash. At that moment, Hai Xiaomei and her bike were sprawled on the side of the road, and in front of her to the left, a cool Ferrari F90 sports car also came to a slow stop. After the Ferrari stopped, a trendy-looking, but somewhat effeminate man stepped out of the car. After getting out, he didn't even look at Hai Xiaomei lying on the ground. Instead, he walked around his $1 million car, checking for damage. Then, he glared at Hai Xiaomei with a grim face. "Sell your house." The man's sudden words left Hai Xiaomei stunned. She forced herself up despite the pain, then said, feeling extremely aggrieved, "It was you. You suddenly swerved into the turn." The man sneered at her words. And then, a look of disbelief crossed his pale face. "Are you joking? You're the one not watching the road. I'm so over you biker girls. Do you know how much the scratch from your piece of junk costs?" The man crossed his arms, looking down his nose at Hai Xiaomei. Hai Xiaomei also seemed to realize she was still streaming while writing. If the police came, she'd likely have to pay. So, Hai Xiaomei bit her lip and said, "I'll pay for the damage to your car, but you also have to pay for my bike." As she spoke, she looked at the bike I gave her. In the collision, it wasn't just the Ferrari that got a scratch. Hai Xiaomei's fairing was severely damaged. If that fairing hadn't absorbed most of the impact, Hai Xiaomei's leg would have been more than just a simple cut. "Fine, have it your way. My time is very valuable, and I don't want to waste it on you. Give me 5 million. As for your bike, 3,000 is more than enough." Li Jiazhen waved his hand, looking very impatient. Hearing this, Hai Xiaomei was frozen in shock. 5 million? Bro, are you a highway robber?" Li Jiazhen looked at her shocked expression and curled his lip again. "Is 5 million expensive? If you can't afford it, reflect on yourself. Have you worked hard these past years? Did your salary go up? Don't wait until you're broke to realize you're a loser. Forget it, I'm done wasting words with you. I'll call the cops and let them handle it." As Li Jiazhen spoke, he started to pull out his phone to call. Seeing this, little Hai gritted her teeth. "So just because you say 5 million, it's 5 million? It's not like I've never seen a sports car. Even if you completely repaint your car and fix it up, the most it'll cost is 200,000 tops. I can pay you that much. But you have to fix my bike too. Let's be clear first. I don't want your money. I just want my bike fixed like before." In the end, the look in little Hai's eyes couldn't help but show a bit of heartache. The bike Shenfei got her. She really loves it now. Now the shell got smashed and is out of shape. Of course it hurts her. Looking worldwide, my Ferrari F90 is one of a kind. Not to mention Mr. Manzoni personally designed it. And your crappy bike? You still expect me to find someone to fix it? I don't have time for that. I make more in an hour than your junk bike is worth. Here's 100 grand. That should cover your lousy bike, right? This bike is so ugly. It's just disgusting. Looking at it one more second just dirties my eyes. Now that I bought it, I'm the one who decides what to do with it. Enro, smash it for me." Li Jiazhen threw a bank card on the ground. Then he turned to look over at a big, burly man standing nearby. Earlier, even the livestream viewers didn't notice. Someone else got out of Li Jiazhen's car. Now that bodyguard-looking guy called Enro heard Li Jiazhen's order and immediately rolled up his sleeves and started walking towards little Hai's bike. Along the way, that big guy even picked up a brick off the ground. Looked like he really planned to follow Li Jiazhen's words and smash the bike to pieces. Watching the big guy with a brick, there's no way little Hai wasn't scared. But she couldn't just watch her beloved bike get destroyed. Stop. Don't do it. Don't touch my bike. Little Hai bravely stood in front of the big guy. But he didn't even look at her. Just pushed her hard aside. The guy was already raising the brick, about to smash it down on the bike. Little Hai panicked. And tears started pouring down. I don't want your money. Don't smash my bike. But just as the brick in his hand was about to hit the bike, a dull bang suddenly rang out. Then Little Hai looked up. Her pretty face still streaked with tears. And couldn't help but freeze. A few foreigners in suits had suddenly appeared. And they just shoved Li Jiazhen's bodyguard away, sending him back 7 or 8 meters. Little Hai still hadn't processed what just happened, when an old, white-haired foreign man came rushing out. He ran to Little Hai, knelt by her bike and looked absolutely heartbroken. Oh God, who did this? Whoever it was, I'll have Jesus curse him. Curse him. The old man kept talking as he actually started wiping away tears. Now it wasn't just little Dumbstruck who was shocked. Even Li Jiechi next to him couldn't help but furrow his brows. But, looking at the old man and those foreigners in suits, Li Jiazhen didn't dare act tough. Who are you? His voice slowly echoed around the scene. The old foreign man ignored him, and just mumbled to himself, then turned excitedly to look at Little Hai. Esteemed miss, I'm the chief head of the Chrysler Group China Division. Muda. 20 minutes ago, our company's information team found Mr. Zhang Ping. After consulting with Mr. Zhang Ping, we learned that the bike capable of hitting over 600 kilometers per hour is yours. Now, on behalf of Chrysler Group, I greet you, esteemed lady, and hope you can transfer this incredible bike to us. Of course, rest assured, we'll give you a price you'll be happy with. Muda's bright eyes made Little Hai a little creeped out, and the way he spoke flawless Chinese made Little Hai just freeze in shock. As for the countless viewers watching the stream, there was a moment of silence. Then total chaos. Damn, did I hear that right? Is the old foreign guy saying the bike that chased the high-speed train belongs to that lady? That bike everyone's been raving about, the one that's legendary in the bike community, was actually made by Fei Ge? Wasn't everyone saying it's just a marketing stunt? Babe, slap me. I think I'm hallucinating watching this live stream. Seeing that Little Hai was still spaced out, Muda turned and looked coldly at Li Jiazhen. Muda gently waved his hand, and the big foreign security guys next to him headed straight toward Li Jiazhen. They walked over, right at him. Li Jiazhen saw this. His throat moved, and he swallowed. He stammered, "What are you doing? This is a nation of laws. Hitting people is a crime." Before Li Jiazhen could finish, another dull bang sounded. Turns out those foreign bodyguards weren't going for him, but went right past him, pulled out batons, and started smashing his multi-million-dollar sports car. Hit after hit, the sound of metal and glass echoing in the air. Not even a few seconds later, Li Jiazhen's Ferrari, all shining and bold, was wrecked beyond repair. Seeing this scene, Li Jiazhen couldn't help but twitch at the corner of his eyes. But with those foreign bodyguards around, he didn't dare say a word. Not far away, Little Hai had just snapped out of her daze and came to her senses. Looking at this wild scene, she hurriedly said, "Uncle Muda, I never said I wanted to sell you the bike." Little Hai thought Muda was helping her out, but when he heard her, Muda just shook his head slowly and said, "My esteemed lady, this has nothing to do with whether I'll sell you the bike or not. He damaged this gift from God to humanity. Of course I want payback. What a perfect motorcycle. All because of this idiot. Now there's a flaw." Shaking her head, she finished talking to Hai Girl. Miad then looked at Li Jiazhen with a cold expression. "Your bike is totaled now. Later, our Chrysler Group will compensate you with a new one. Exactly the same. But for what you did to this bike, our Chrysler Group is ready to fully represent this distinguished lady and take legal action against you. If the bike's shell can be restored, it's better if it can't. Then you'll face the most serious legal consequences. Our entire Chrysler Group legal team will treat this case as our top priority. Of course, before that, I need to remind you, the shell of this motorcycle is directly related to its insane stability. This kind of tech has never appeared anywhere in the world." Every word from Miad was hitting hard, echoing around the scene. Li Jiazhen was completely stunned. Just thinking about how he'll face an entire international company's legal department, Li Jiazhen couldn't stop shaking. As for the countless viewers online, after what Miad said, they finally got it. Muj. Why he'd step up for Hai Girl as the regional head makes sense now. At this point, the real reason is still all about the bike Shen Fei built. Uncle Miad, Thank you so much. But I still can't sell the bike to you. But you can order one from Bro Fei. You know, this bike was custom made for me by Bro Fei. Just the name Shinfei makes Hi Girl totally starstruck right now. Mute just shook his head and gave a wry smile when he heard that. Since we found you, miss, we also know where the bike really came from. And we got all the details. Right away, we placed an order with Mr. Shinfei and sent him a formal proposal to collaborate. But Mr. Shinfei replied he's not interested. Mr. Shinfei, he only sells products, not patents. If we figure out how Shinfei's tech works, he'll let us use it. We just have to pay royalties. Just a licensing fee, that's all. That's why we're so eager. How about this? My distinguished lady, on behalf of our group, I'd like to rent this amazing motorcycle from you. For a while. It won't be long. 3 days is enough. In 3 days, I'll return the bike to you in perfect condition. Mute looked at Hi Girl expectantly and said. And after hearing this, Hi Girl didn't say no. It's just a 3-day rental. She could live with that. And as for the millions online, the chat just blew up instantly after that. Is this my idol Bro Fei or what? He's too cool. Only sells the product, not the patent. Even facing a big group like Chrysler, Bro Fei didn't even blink. I can totally imagine. Bro Fei probably turned down a huge number. Seriously, with a bike worth 10 million, Mute even said he didn't mind wrecking it. The price they offered must have been 9 digits easy. All I can say is, the tech in Bro Fei's bikes is literally priceless. Bro Fei's awesome in every way. Just way too many orders. When's it gonna be my turn? Countless viewers kept talking non-stop. No sign of it slowing down. And the smart ones? Already raced to my live stream room. Just like always, all I do on my channel is take orders. Never actually stream. But right now, I can't believe how many are pouring in. The numbers just shattered all records. 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. Until the stream heat index shot up to 8 million, then finally started slowing down. And now, pending orders have shot past 800,000. And that number is still growing crazy fast. The craziest part is, the price for these orders is just insane. The current top 10 orders, even the lowest price has topped 1 million. They're all coming to me for custom bikes. The top 5 are all major motorcycle manufacturers. And the prices they're offering have already reached 3 million. It's clear they're acting just like the Chrysler Group. They have the same goal: to buy a bike I built and study the tech I used on it. But they're disappointed because, up till now, I haven't accepted a single order. In the livestream chat, tons of viewers and motorcycle companies are all waiting for me to pick an order. But after a few hours, I still haven't made a move. It seems like I'm not paying any attention to the stream. A lot of motorcycle fans are getting restless. So they all rush to the Chrysler Group's official site. After all, they're the only group holding a Shinfei motorcycle now. And even if I take an order, I'll only accept one at most. But what if Chrysler makes a breakthrough over there? Then everything changes. Maybe soon, everyone will be riding a Shinfei old Koof bike. Hey old Koo, have you figured out Shinfei's tech yet? We're just waiting for you to build one. If you can make an identical bike, we'll all buy from you. Yeah, old Koo, can you help us make our motorcycle dream come true? We're all counting on you. Kawasaki Group. Chrysler, can you do it or not? If you can't, give the bike to us to study. Suzuki Motorcycles. Old Chuan's got a point. If you can't do it, let somebody else try. Don't hold on to it and do nothing. The message board under Chrysler's official site is really popping off right now. It's not just regular motorcycle fans who are urging them on. Even the big bike manufacturers are pressuring Chrysler Group now. And under all this pressure, Chrysler's official site gave a reply pretty quickly. They responded promptly. After thoroughly testing Mr. Shinfei's motorcycle, doing a full checkup, we regret to inform all fans following Chrysler Group. First, for Mr. Shinfei's custom bike, on certain tech aspects, we just can't break through at this point. It'll take at least 3 years, minimum. Second, after testing, we found out the top speed of this bike isn't just over 600 kilometers per hour. It can actually reach 798 kilometers per hour. That's almost 800 kilometers per hour. And that's because Mr. Shinfei's materials weren't even the best available. Certain components, Mr. Shinfei seemed to cut back on purpose. If he didn't hold back, we believe it could easily break 800 kilometers per hour. Finally, our Chrysler board has decided unanimously to invite Mr. Shinfei for unlimited future collaboration.